We're joined by a renowned geologist who has done extensive work on Guryul. Guryul is a fossil site and is considered to hold some of the rarest secrets of the earth. It was declared as a Geo-Heritage site by Geological Survey of India today. We have with us GM Bhatt, who is a professor at Kashmir at Jammu University and is also the editor-in-chief of Geological Survey of India magazine. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Sir, can you tell us what is the significance of this Guryul, which was declared as a Geo-Heritage site today?
You may have heard about the Great Dying. There are 4 major events in the geological history of the Earth when mass extinctions have taken place on the Earth. One of the greatest extinctions is known as Permian-Triassic boundary extinction, or the Great Dying, in which 95% of the marine life and 75% of the terrestrial life got wiped out about 252 million years ago. One of the sections of this extinction is Guryul Ravine. It is, other sections are globally distributed, but the Guryul Ravine section is one of the largest sections. Larger the sedimentary rocks containing the extinction event, larger will be the history preserved in these rocks. So this is important because it is reflecting what has happened in the past, what were the causes of the mass extinction at that time, and what is going to happen in the future. So actually, past is said to be the key of future. So studying this important section, which is here in Guryul Ravine at Kashmir, is very important as far as global context is concerned.
So what does this mean that this site has been declared as a Geo-Heritage site by GSI?
So there are a number of sites globally which are said to be Geo-Heritage sites, geoparks. India has so far, as I understand, around 34 geosites, geoparks, but none of them is recorded in the UNESCO Geo-Heritage sites. Geo-Heritage sites or geoparks is the attraction for tourists for its preservation of culture, geological history, mass extinctions, fossils, environmental repository, etc., etc. So these are important. They can fetch the global, particularly this Guryul Ravine section, global audience to this section. They may be scientists, they will be tourists, they will be cultural experts. It preserves everything related to human being, human history, and Earth's history. And luckily, this section, the best section in the world, is with us in Kashmir.
And it's also recorded with the UNESCO.
No, it is not yet recorded with the UNESCO. Our second attempt will be, it should be recognized as a global heritage site by the UNESCO. For that, we have to work hard and we have to present our case, and we will start working towards that.
Now, this site has been declared as a Geo-Heritage site. It took this many years, this much research for researchers, geologists.
Many events have happened during the Earth's history. When we study rocks, if you have the knowledge of the rocks, if you have the language of the rocks, rocks speak, you can understand them. So nature is preserved. What has happened throughout the 4.6 billion years of Earth's history, it is recorded in the rock record. We have to study them. This section was started studying in 1837 onwards. It was actually 1900, around 1940, 1968, particularly in 1975, when this section was extensively studied by the Japanese and Geological Survey of India. And at one time, from 1990 to 2004, it was a global candidate for global stratotype and point. That means the exact extinction, when and where it has taken place 252 million years, that will be the reference section for the world. It was one of the sections candidate for that point. Unfortunately, during 90s and early 20s, because of the political disturbance in Jammu and Kashmir state, The work which was started seriously on scientific lines in 1970s for 10 years, a project within Japanese government and the government of India, that came to standstill because of the political turmoil in Jammu and Kashmir state. In the meantime, China projected their three sections. They conducted extensive research. Whatever was preserved in those sections, they put it before the global geoscientific community. But we lagged behind. Still, it was a candidate in 2004 with Chinese three sections globally. So it was competing without having much knowledge. But unfortunately, we couldn't defend it because we couldn't proceed research, we couldn't highlight what is preserved in these rocks. So we lost that.
So do we expect more research, more studies to be conducted at this site?
It will take a number of lifespans of the geologists to work on this. China is a very small 0.27 meter of thickness of this transition zone, but we have 2.68 meters. The larger section, larger the record.
Yes.
So it is unexplored still. We seriously took it over as research with foreign collaboration from 2007. Earlier, in 1991, one of my students conducted PhD. He worked on this. He got a PhD for this, but later on we couldn't continue because of the disturbances here. It was in 2007 one geologist from Canada, Amy Brookfield. He came here, he asked me to accompany me. Let us start again. Because world community of geologists are they are confident that Guryul Ravine section is the best section. It should be given the status what it deserves. So we continued, resumed actually the scientific work, geological scientific work, including different specialists of the geosciences from 2007. At the moment, there are 5 global collaborative projects which are on. They are still coming here, taking samples, analyzing them. For last these, say 17, 18 years, we published 30 papers on this. So we are blowing up this section. We are exploring it. New information is coming up. And we are hopeful with passage of time, if we continue this work, with the collaboration from outside India, from USA, Europe, Japan, China, Taipei. These are 5 groups which are working here in collaboration with us. We hope in maybe 10, 15 years, we'll completely exhaust this research on certain aspects. That research will continue later on also. Then we'll go ahead for claim of its status.
But there are also concerns about the encroachments that have occurred in the surrounding of this heritage site.
That's unfortunate. When we came here, Brookfield and myself, and there was one freelance structural geologist from USA, we 3 of us came here. Mining was at large scale here. Then we intervened, contacted local people, tried to make them understand how important this section is. A lot of persuasion and government intervention, and I made Brookfield to write a letter to the Prime Minister of India at that time, giving him the idea how important this section is. Rocks are there, a number of rocks, but they should not be exploited. Other areas are there for livelihood. And at the intervention of the government of India, through Prime Minister of India at that time, this site was declared as protected in 2017. The whole area was protected, but unfortunately, now the government, violating its own order, has started construction, some Sidco industrial area. This is unfortunate, it should not have happened, because the plan was it should be a global heritage site, global heritage park, that has to be developed. Where we can develop it now? So I appeal to the government, particularly LG Sahab, please intervene in this. We cannot go for development destroying Taj Mahal. We cannot go for development destroying the nature. This is very important, global heritage site. We are working on it, global scientists are working on it. 38 universities and institutions are presently
Right.
working on this. The aim is this is a global heritage site, and we are the custodians, we have to preserve it.
So, since there have been encroachments occurring from time to time, now what measures should be taken to protect this site and so that further encroachments are stopped?
First of all, government should consider this giving back the area to the geopark. The construction which is going on should be stopped immediately. And the people around this village and surrounding areas, they have already stopped their mining in this area. They are not doing anything wrong now. But it is now the government who is actually intervening. It should be immediately stopped. Because you have to keep it in mind, this is a global heritage site. And unfortunately, India doesn't have any global heritage site recorded within UNESCO. This has the potential, this site. I envisage that this will be the first India's Geo-Heritage site recorded with UNESCO. This is the importance of this site.
Thank you for joining us, Mr. Barsad. So, this was a renowned geologist who has worked extensively on Guryul Ravine, which is considered, which has the potential to be the global Geo-Heritage site of India. Mozam Mohammed for ETV Bharat in Srinagar.